Now that we've seen Chelsea performing well this season in the Premier League, scoring goals against Wolves, scoring goals against West Ham and humiliating Brighton, someone is trying to convince us that Chelsea have a better squad in the Premier League than Manchester City. What are you trying to tell us? What are you trying to make us believe? Chelsea being number 3 or number 4 in the Premier League table right now because of their really good performance in their last games is still not enough for anyone to tell us that Chelsea have a better team than Manchester City. We are talking about standards. We are talking about levels that Manchester City players have. Now that you're trying to make us believe that Chelsea have really good players in their team than Manchester City, can Jackson join Manchester City and start ahead of Erling Haaland? A big no. It will never happen. He's not even qualified for the top 3 players that will be starting in the Manchester City front line. And now the Manchester City lost Rodri because of the injury. Can Caicedo join Manchester City and be Pep Guardiola's plan A to start for them now that Rodri is out of the team? Now that Madueke, maybe and Sancho are doing really well again in that Chelsea team, can they join Manchester City and be the starting players for the Premier League champions? No, Manchester City players are way much better than Chelsea players. We know Chelsea players are doing really well in their team, but we are talking about 2 different teams. Enzo Maresca has worked with Pep Guardiola, but joining Chelsea just a few months ago doesn't mean he has now overworked to a point where Chelsea players can be compared to Manchester City's players. Chelsea players are doing really well in their team because there is no one over another. The level that Chelsea players are, they are fit to play for Chelsea Football Club because of the level they are right now and also the standards they have in the team. For Manchester City, the players they have in their team, they fit to play for Manchester City. The level that Manchester City are, the standards that Manchester City have in their team are totally different from the levels and standards that Chelsea have in their team. I'm not saying Chelsea players are not good. They are really good and they do fit to play for Chelsea, not for Manchester City. Now that Cole Palmer is doing really well at Chelsea Football Club, can he leave Chelsea and be among the starting 11 right now in the Manchester City team? And that's one of the reasons as to why the player had to leave Manchester City and join Chelsea. Now that Cole Palmer is shining at Chelsea, it doesn't mean Cole Palmer will be shining the same way at Manchester City. He is shining at Chelsea because there is no one who can play more than Cole Palmer in that team. Cole Palmer's good performance this season, or Chelsea being in a better position this season, it will make us forget that Chelsea have some players in the team who are not doing well. The likes of Mykhailo Mudryk, even after staying in the team forever, is still underperforming. Even Ipswich are performing really well in the Premier League this season, and that will not make us conclude that Ipswich have a better squad in the Premier League than Nottingham Forest.